This is Lindsay from Harper's Heroes.
And Ashley from Harper's Heroes.
And you're watching The End Zone.
Starting us off in the East, we saw Marvelous taking on Harper's Heroes. What'd you see in this one, Big Mike?
Well, you know, it looks like this didn't change anything for playoff seeding. We won't see these guys in the first round of the playoffs, but Harper's just too much for Marvelous. And it pains me to say that, man, because I love Marvelous. It's one of the teams that I really, really root for out here, especially after this summer, the season that they had, beating Panthers in the first round. But, you know, Harper's just took off on them, and they were too much to handle today.
Yeah, Harper's hit almost all of their extra points in this game, and that's huge in a tight game like this. It took it from what should have been a one-touchdown game all the way to a two-score affair, and that's too much, like you said, for Marvelous. But the good news here, we get a phenomenal rematch in the first round from last season.
Yeah, man.
Marvelous against the Pink Panthers in the first round.
Panthers, man.
Hey, you know what? Harper's rides that undefeated season into the playoffs. They might, take it all the way.
Well, I got to go through air, man.
They got to go through us first, though.
Come on now.
Let's check out those highlights.
Let's close out the season strong, all right? Let's show everybody why we're the #1 seed in the East, all right?
1, 2, 3, Marvelous!
Go! You run a drag from this side to the other side. You run a comeback over here.
Nice throw, Barn.
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Guys, goddamn. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Help, help, help!
Hey Frank, how you feeling about the game so far?
Well, I think we're down right now, so not too great. Come back at halftime.
2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Pitch! Hey, let's go. Way to pick me up, Rob.
There you go. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Yeah. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Come on! Everybody see when Chris was over here and V pulled his flag, the big guy? She moved her feet in front of his body and she used both arms to grab both flags. None of this shit, guys. Move your feet. Let's go. Get your head in the game.
Kid, great game. How do you feel going into the playoffs?
Feel really good. I love this team. We're just rolling this season. Just working together, a lot of talking, positive energy, so really pumped.
Continuing in the Eastern Conference, we saw Los Gringos Locos taking on Black Mambas. Both teams playing for pride as they got knocked out of the playoffs last week. What'd you see in this one, Big Mike?
You know, I don't like to see anybody go a whole season without a win. And we got that today. Los Gringos got their first win on the season in heavyweight. Proud of those guys, stepped up, and they didn't want to end on a loss. They got pride. I like that.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the quarterbacks here a little bit. Mike Lutz played very well, getting the Gringos their first win. And Antonio Brathwaite filling in. No Alex Palumbo today. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's a great performance. Kept his team in a game. I love that.
Hey, great effort by both teams this season. We'll see them next season, but we'll see you now and check out those playoffs. Action.
What did he say?
game of the season. We were 0-5, so it was good to get a win. I had 3 touchdowns, so I'm happy about that. Mike played a hell of a game, and our defense came around, and we made it happen. So nice to get a win to end the season. All right, appreciate it.
This is Jesse Schulman from the Pink Panthers, and you're watching The End Zone.
Closing out our Eastern Conference play today, we had Airmail taking on Pink Panthers. A little bit of a rivalry between these two teams. What do you see in this one, Big Mike?
Well, you know what? This was kind of a deceiving game to me. I was down on some of the other fields, and every time I looked or heard anything, Airmail was making a play. It seemed like Airmail was in control of this game. I'll tell you this, they lost by a score, but they got to feel some momentum going into the playoffs. They got to feel some kind of confidence because they hung with Pink Panthers and almost really had a chance to win that one.
Yeah, this I agree with you. It was very much a game of big plays, and if Airmail can just limit the big plays they were giving up across the board to the Pink Panthers, I think PJ hit 3 or 4 deep balls on that defense. If they can shore up that back end, they've got a shot to force teams to make 8-10 throws to get into the end zone. That's what you want to see when they have the kind of talent that Airmail has on defense. Shore up the mistakes. You could see an upset next week.
Hey, don't count us out yet. Let's check out that action and get to those highlights.
Airmail ball coming out down here.
1, 2, 3, Airmail, bitch! Here we go. 100. Big D on 3. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, Big D! Stop it, Pete, don't break! Hey, Billy, here, baby! Make that play! Time. Go, go, go!
Panthers over Airmail. Tough game.
We pulled it out.
Yeah.
Played together as a team. We played really good Panthers team.
What she said.
Playoffs are set. Nothing left to it but to do it. We'll see you next time in The End Zone.